Alright guys, welcome back to Xenogears. We're now on part 74. There is a nice circular hole in my wall from my head impacting it multiple times, thanks to the stupidity that I just did in the last episode, where I completely forgot to equip the items, that would make me not lose the next fight. So, let's go ahead and try that again. This time actually equipping the gear parts necessary so that we can actually, do stuff. Alright, so... Okay, so we want Ether Armor +3. Unfortunately, I have to scroll down all the way through each time. And we only really need the frame HP 30 because while, yes, Ramses has that HP to 1 attack, he doesn't really hit very hard because you notice the attacks that he was actually using during the fight were only hitting for around 2,000 damage. So, all said and done, really 30% HP healing will actually be more than enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this stuff equipped. I really wish there was an easy way to sort these items. Alright, and then Maria. There it is. Alright, so now that we have corrected the problem from the last game, from the last fight, let's go ahead and skip back through that dialogue again. Where we get to hear Ramses whine and complain about how badly off, or how bad off he is, and yeah. And then we're gonna punch him in his face because of reasons. Alright. Dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. Okay. Alright, now that's a through. Let's go ahead and fight. Oh wait, no, we gotta wait for Rams to chew out Dominia first. Alright, now let's actually fight this for real. Alright, so Amphi uses the Wave 3 Demiser, puts us all to 1 HP. Sucks, but it's okay, we can handle it. So let's go ahead and heal up now. Now remember, the frame HPs cost a lot of fuel to activate, so you don't want to use them too many times because otherwise you'll just run out of fuel. So go ahead and switch on Booster, and then we can just go ahead and start punching him in the face. Oops. Now, he can and will use the Wave 3 Demiser multiple times during the course of the fight, so you want to make sure that he, or you want to make sure that you try and clear him or defeat him as quickly as possible. When he goes into the Blaze pose, he will simply stand there and do nothing. We can't actually break him out of it. It's simply a precursor to one of his attacks, or one of his other attacks. It's an attack all ether called Terra Flare. Deals a decent chunk of damage, but it's an ether-based attack, so those ether armors that we equipped are pretty much going to lower to mitigate it. And wow, lag. Oh, apparently we can break it and keep him from actually activating the spell. I guess we just punch him hard enough. Okay, so what Power Loss does is Power Losses reduces your engine outputs. Basically, it's an attack down. We're still dealing enough damage to be able to offset that, so yeah, it's not that big a deal. Essentially, the goal is to try and defeat Ramses before he uses the Wave 3 Demiser more than another or second time, essentially. Now, the advantage to not healing that much with the frame HPs is, because of that, our Infinity Mode percentages, or Hyper Mode percentages, are significantly higher now. So it's a lot easier to get into Hyper Mode, and also don't forget, we put the Holy Relics on Satan and Maria, so once they get into Hyper Mode, it'll last even longer. Now, Satan's in hyper mode, so he's going to be wailing on Ramses for a couple rounds. I don't remember the exact amount of HP that Amphispina has. I want to say it's like 30 to 40,000. So, once you actually... Oh yeah, see, there we go. He's already down. So we get a nice chunk of experience and the golden vest, which is a decent piece of armor as well, similar to the Slayer robe. Provides a massive armor boost, and then Ramses goes flying through the wall. Isn't that convenient? So now we go into the next area and our next boss fight. But first we see this weird cocoon thing. And we see Ellie crucified now. Everybody gets in on the crucifixion action. Isn't that awkward? Isn't Trellian a nice guy? And oh look, it's the Opiomorph. Niang's on me here, so of course now we have to fight it. Okay, so this is the other reason why we equip those ether armors. The Opiomorph, unlike the Amphispina, is a puzzle boss. Every time you attack it, it will boost its defense and its ether power until it releases an attack called the Wave 4 Demiser. Or sorry, the Wave 4, I don't remember the exact name. But essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to poke it. Because we want the... So as you can see, defense boosted. And ether attack boosts. We're mostly just going to be charging to regain the lost fuel and health from the Amphispina fight, because Opiomorph doesn't really do all that much. Every couple of rounds it will unleash the Wave 4 attack, which causes its defense to drop and its ether attack to drop. So if we just sit here and charge fuel for a few rounds, well, once it decides to actually load, Devastator, that's the name of it. So now it's going to do an attack all ether attack. Which, as you can see, dealt very, very little damage. Satan was the only one who was even hurt by it. Now, obviously, if you try to just brute force Opiomorph, then it would cast the Devastator, and it would actually deal a crap ton of damage, because by constantly pounding on her, it boosts her ether attack. The thing of it is, if you let her just cast the Devastator by itself multiple times, it will actually lower her defense below its starting threshold. So you can actually lower her defense enough that you can just pound on her with everyone. But basically what you want to try and do is just poke her once or twice every couple of rounds, and then sit there and charge for the rest of it. Because remember, at higher attack levels, charge restores more fuel. You want to try and get your two partners into hyper mode or as close to it as possible, and then get Faye ready to system id as soon as like the third or fourth casting of the Devastator. Do not turn on booster here, because it's just a waste of fuel. Unfortunately, missed attacks do boost her defense, or do cause her to trigger her little counterattack. So now that everybody's gotten a swing in on her, we're just going to sit here and charge fuel for a little bit until she casts the Devastator again. And then everyone's going to take a hit, and then we're going to charge fuel until another Devastator hit. Because as long as she is above, I want to say either a half health or 1/3 health, every time she casts Devastator, it will simply lower her attack and defense. Once she passes a certain percentage of health remaining, every time she casts the Devastator, it will simply keep boosting its attack power until it becomes lethal. But with the setup that we currently have, as you can see, 2 hits cause it to deal next to nothing to Faye or to Faye and Maria. It dealt damage to Satan because Satan doesn't have the extra ether armor from the alloy that Faye and Maria have. And actually, we don't mind the attacks missing that much, simply because it keeps her that much further away from going into crazy mode. I actually probably should be using light attacks, but eh. Okay, so now it's time to charge fuel! Yay! This is fun. So basically, I explained earlier, like way back in an early episode of the video or of the series, but the way charging works, your base charge is 30 fuel. There are 3 items, the chargers. There's the A charger, S charger, X charger, and Z charger. The A charger restores 50 fuel per charge. The S charger is 70 fuel. The X charger is 90 fuel, and then the Z charger is 500 fuel per charge. And then for every attack level that you have, you get an additional 20 fuel. So attack level 1 with no charger equipped would be 50 fuel instead of 30. And then attack level 2 is 70 fuel, attack level 3 is 90 fuel. Then if you're in hyper mode, charge is 10 times. So instead of 30 fuel, you would get 300, and so on down the line. Alright, and more lag. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal. Yeah, we're cutting it very close in regards to fuel, but the idea is we're pretty much just going to try and take her down in a single round. Faye needs to charge fuel for quite a bit, though. Marie and Satan have more than enough fuel to deal damage, but Faye might have to go into hyper mode naturally. Okay. So let's go ahead and charge some more fuel, because pretty much going to just get everybody ready to unleash max damage on her. Okay, so there's the wave 4 again. Now, obviously, it's going to deal a little bit of damage because we did hit her 3 times since the last one. So it's going to deal like 300 each to Faye and Maria, and then another 1,000 or so to Satan. Oh, actually, it did a bit more than I was expecting it to. Oh, well, that's fine. It's still survivable. That's the important part. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and charge for the next set of rounds, and we're not going to do anything to Opiumorph until it uses the Devastator again. And then hopefully everyone will be in hyper mode at that time, and then we're going to beat her face in. Okay, so here comes the Devastator again. Remember, we didn't do anything to her this time, so it should deal significantly less damage. Yep, there we go. It didn't even deal any damage. That's how much, or that's how significantly worse it gets when she doesn't have anything happening to her. And it's still going to drop her defense. It's still going to drop her ether attack. So we'll actually be able to, you know, do some damage or do some major damage to her. I believe the way it works is like for every time she takes a hit, her ether attack and defense go up by like 1 stage. But when she casts the Demiser, they go down by like 4 stages. And so we're just going to sit here and charge until everyone goes into hyper mode. Or until Faye hits his 1000 fuel to activate hyper mode manually. Okay, so Tan's in hyper mode, but he's got 5 turns left, so let's go ahead and get extra fuel there. So he's got 4 turns left in hyper mode for Citan. Hopefully the other 2 characters will go into hyper mode before that actually runs out. Oh my damn it, Faye. You got a 1 in 4 chance, why aren't you going in? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure her defense is pretty rock bottom. So, go ahead and charge one more time with Citan. Maria should go into hyper mode now, hopefully. No, of course not. Why would she do that? That would make sense. Screw it, party time. Alright, at this point we're just going to try and dump as much damage at her as possible. Of course, Faye's not in hyper mode. Why would he be in hyper mode? Charge him one more time. Opiomorph doesn't actually have a lot of HP compared to most bosses just because of how much of a pain in the neck she is to kill. But you still, it's just a matter of draining it all. Let's hope that we can deal enough damage fast enough to take her out before she actually casts the Devastator again. Yay! Phase in Hyper Mode. It's about time. It's a natural Hyper Mode. Unfortunately, he does not have a Holy Pendant, so it doesn't matter! So, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. He took her out. And of course, Miang is Snark. And then for beating Miang, we get the Executor Gown, which I believe is a female-only equipment, but it's similar to the Slayer Robe, in that it provides a nice boost to stats. It's another armor. Yeah, no, we don't actually need to fight her again. Yeah, Krullian cheats. That's the best way to put it. It's a laser light show. So the 4 Omnigears we have are currently suspended in midair above Deus. And they got eaten. Now, as you can see, Elfenrir is still standing there. It didn't. He didn't switch back to Heimdall. He didn't revert or anything like that. Deus just consumed the Anima Relic. We don't actually lose Fenrir or Anvari or any of the other Omnigears that we already have. And now we're going to be getting a whole bunch of info dump about what Deus is and how it works. Oh look, Ramses is here, being crazy as usual. Doing his own thing. Well, isn't that convenient? Fago's breaking everything. Man, not even Krellian. Krellian's the guy who made him. Oh, how nice of her. Oh, and then that happened. Ramses' kill count, 2. So she wanted Ramses to stab her through the chest. Okay. Oh, and kill count is 3. Killing spree. Oh, hey, look, the gang's all here. Isn't that great? Uh-oh, that was a gunshot. And Faye is crouching. Uh-oh. And Deus just woke up. Well, this can't be good. Oh, frick. Damn it, Trollian. Why can't you just stay dead? Nanomahine. I think they've got a C. No, frick. Wait, what? Purple-haired Ellie's being creepy now. And here comes another info dump. Isn't this great? Well, yes, we already knew that. And that was the Eldridge. Oh, we were about to find out about that, and then Graf appeared. Okay, so it's free Wi-Fi? So the first 13 humans, Emperor Cain and the Gazelle Ministry, were actually created by Deus. So, as I explained earlier, the Gazelle Ministry were essentially the original pilots of the Omnigears. Oh, isn't that convenient? No, thanks, Krellian. Way to fix it. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, well, great. Logic. Ellie Miang has it. And down to the pit goes Deus. So, Faye's going crazy. Isn't that great? Alright, let's go ahead and save here, because a whole lot just happened. I'm going to go ahead and split off the video, and then I'll be right back in just a few minutes, so when we go hunt for Faye now. Since the whole, rescuing Ellie thing kind of fell flat on its face. Alright guys, stay tuned, I'll be back in a little bit.